Test.
Watch for him on American Idol very soon. Let's
Fans, thanks for tuning in to Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs baseball. I am Pete Pagliaro, bringing you all the action here tonight as the Oneonta Outlaws take on the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs in perfect game collegiate baseball league action. First, I'll have the starting lineups for the visitors here, the Oneonta Outlaws. The outfielders number 47 in center field, Kaz Uhura. The right fielder is number 1, Dane Richards. Third baseman is number 28, Jace Kohler. The DH is number 17, Ian Wirtz. In the left field is number 27, Jack Clark. The first baseman is number 20, Lorenzo Camilleri. The catcher is number 49, Zach Porter. The extra hitter, number 12, is Owen Burnsworth. The second baseman for Oneonta, number 13, Brendan Conley. And at shortstop is number 5, Matthew Carrera. On the mound tonight for the Outlaws is Martin Thorsland. For the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs in the left field, it'll be Ethan Hughes. In center field, it'll be Jaden Ross, number 12. Number 13 in right field is Joey Calabresi. Number 30, the DH is JP Kuzik. The shortstop is John Ramsey, number 34. Number 27, the third baseman is Justin Hurd. The first baseman is number 23, Brendan Hawk. Catching tonight for the Dogs is number 5, Nico Cerise. And at second base is number 7, Sean Stoney. On the mound tonight for Mohawk Valley is number 16, Brendan Miller from Fairfield University. So last few warm-up tosses here by the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs pitcher, Brendan Miller. As he winds up and throws his last few pitches, does Miller. Outlaws come into this ball game 4-22. Meanwhile, the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs 16-13. They are sitting in fourth place in the Eastern Division. So as things heat up here in July with the playoff races, it's important to make sure you are in that 1, 2, 3, or 4 spot, and those top 4 teams make the playoffs. Lots of playoff positioning going on here as we get to mid-July. Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs bats heated up yesterday, doubleheader, and they were hitting the ball well, putting up lots of runs. Last 3 games, Dogs have put up double figures in some of the runs. 9 runs in against Utica, and then the big doubleheader game yesterday where they put up multiple runs in both games, 9 runs in the first inning of game 1, and then they go off and win game 2 in a similar fashion with big numbers at the plate. So we are ready to get started here, and for Oneonta coming to the plate, it'll be Kaz Uhara. So Kaz Uhara, the center fielder, number 47. He's a left-handed batter, and it'll be lefty versus lefty here as Brendan Miller, the pitcher, on the mound here for Mohawk Valley. And the wind is blowing from right to left. Here's the first pitch by Miller, and it is down low for ball 1. So first pitch of the ball game tonight, a ball from Brendan Miller. So the Oneonta Outlaws come in here with their orange tops, orange uniforms with black sleeves, black trim on the lettering, and gray pants. Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs with those classic black jerseys, and Dogs scrawled across the front in cursive in the hunter green with the white pants. 1-1 the count to Kaz Uhara. And here's the windup and pitch by Miller outside, and the count now 2-1. So we're coming to you from Vets Park here in Little Falls, New York. It is perfect game collegiate baseball league action. 2-1 count to Kaz Uhara. Uhara hitting .268 on the season for Oneonta. They are obviously struggling with a record of 4-22. They are in last place in the Eastern Division. That one bounces away, and the count now 3-1 to Uhara. Oh, 3-1 the count. Uhara steps back into the box as Miller sets on the mound. Miller looking in, gets his sign. He settles in and now winds and delivers. And there's called strike 2 in the count, 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Oneonta, the word Outlaws across the front of the chest with the underline. That is in black, and then they have the black numbers on the back. 3-2 now to Uhara. Here's Miller now with the 3-2 pitch. And a little chopper right back to Miller. He grabs it, falls out of his glove, and unable to make the play is Miller. So tough play there as that ball took a big hop on Miller and made a valiant attempt to grab it, and it fell out of his glove. And the runner at first base, Uhara, is safe for the first hit of the ball game. So Dane Richards, now the batter, right fielder for the Outlaws. Richards, a .304 hitter, bats from the right side here of the plate. So here's the lefty Miller, wind up and the pitch, and puts it high for ball 1. 1-0 count now to Richards. Hot, humid day here in Little Falls. Had a little bit of a couple of raindrops earlier before the start of the game, or should be good to go after that, as things look clear the rest of the way. There's a swing and a foul tip in the count, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Richards. Jace Kohler on deck. 1-1, and back to first base goes Miller. Runner gets back quickly as Uhara, and we will reset and do it all over again. So Miller again looking in. He's going to set. He will glance at that runner at first base. That's Uhara. Here's the windup and the pitch. And it's outside as the Mohawk Valley pitcher Soris grabs it. Nico Soris doing the catching behind the plate here for the Dogs here tonight. 2-1. Miller now winds and delivers. And that one's fallen off here behind us in the count, 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dane Richards. Richards, a .304 hitter with 1 home run on the year. No score here. Top of the first, just getting started here. Second batter of the game for the Outlaws, and that is Dane Richards. First batter is on first base. He reached by way of a single. That one's fouled off in the count now, 2-2. Well, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dane Richards. Miller again looking in, looks at the runner at first. Takes a few glances before he delivers the pitch, and that is inside. And the count now full at 3-2. So another full count here for Brendan Miller here in the top of the first. Miller is ready to go. He sets. Runner at first taking a short lead. Here's the pitch. And that again is fouled off. This time down the first base line into the tennis court. Takes a big bounce into the wooded area. And the count's going to remain 3-2. And Uhura will head back to first as he made his way all the way to second as he was on the go with that pitch. So Miller good to go. And he's going to go back to first. And Uhura quickly scampers back. So Richards already in the box waiting for the pitch here by Miller. Miller winds and delivers. And that one is fisted out to right field. The right fielder takes a dive and he drops it. And a runner out at second base as the runner did not run, thinking he was going to get caught.
Now ready for the Outlaws, third baseman number 28 from Oswego University, Jace Kohler.
Yeah, we got a replay of that one, so let's go right to the replay. And here's the replay. You'll see the ball is hit to right field. And that was a tough play. Right fielder coming in for it. And almost made the grab, bounced out of his glove. And a throw over to second base, and they get him. So the runner trying to steal second. And he is thrown out for out number 2. So just like that, 2 outs. So Jace Kohler is the batter now with an 0-1 count. So no balls and 1 strikes here to Kohler. But now 2 outs. Here's the windup and the pitch right down the middle of the plate. And the count now jumps to 0-2. So Jace Kohler, .297 hitter on the season for the Outlaws. Miller shakes one off from Soris. And looks like they both agree. And the pitch now on the way. And that one just missing for ball 1. The count 1-2. So Jace Kohler, the third baseman for the Outlaws. Number 28. He's got nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the first. So Brendan Miller winds and delivers. And that ball is hit to second base. Slow roller. And that is picked up by Stoney over to Hawk. And that'll do it for the inning. And so Jace Kohler grounds out to second base to end the inning. And we remain scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first.
We know pools. Garrity Pools and Spa are the experts in building and creating backyard memories for thousands of families. Garrity takes pride in offering only the highest quality in-ground Pacific pool and radiant above-ground pools that are built for upstate New York weather. Garrity offers only the best with BioGuard chemicals to keep your pool sparkling clean. Visit the professionals at Garrity Pools and Spa, 234 South Caroline Street, Herkimer, or GarrityPools.com.
Wake up and smell the sizzle at your local Burger King. Burger King is open for breakfast 7 days a week. Your mornings deserve the royal treatment. So dive in to try our delicious breakfast sandwiches, savor our savory hash browns, and wash it all down with a hot or iced coffee. Whether it's Monday or Sunday, we've got your breakfast cravings covered. Swing by BK today to have it your way. You rule at participating U.S. restaurants during breakfast hours.
Hey fans, tell the world you are here at Veterans Memorial Park watching your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit mvdiamonddogs.com or like us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
And welcome back, fans. Ready for the start of the bottom half of the first inning. We are scoreless here at Vets Park. As the Dogs will come to the plate, it'll be Ethan Hughes, Jaden Ross, and Joey Keller ready 1, 2, 3 to start things off here for the Dogs in the bottom of the first. So Dogs to continue that hot hitting streak and get on base often and early. So on the mound for Oneonta will be Martin Thorsland. So here's Ethan Hughes now coming to the plate for the Dawgs. So Ethan Hughes now the batter. Hughes hitting .263 on the season. He's got 1 home run. And he's the left fielder here tonight for Mohawk Valley. So it'll be righty versus righty here with Martin Thorsland on the mound for Oneonta. Here's the windup and the pitch by Thorsland. And that has popped up into foul territory to catcher attempting to go after it. And it is out of play. And the count 0-1 now to Hughes. The catcher chasing that ball was Porter for Oneonta. So Thorsland ready to go. And so is Ethan Hughes. Here's the windup now on the pitch. Little chopper down to third base. Third baseman scoops it up, throws across, and they get him as that was Kohler over to Camilleri for out number 1.
Number 12 from Flagler University, Jaden Ross.
So Jaden Ross now the batter for Mohawk Valley. Ross is the center fielder here tonight for Mohawk Valley. Ross hitting .308 on this season here for the Dawgs. Late addition here for the Dawgs as Ross came over from the Albany Athletics. Here with 1 out, here's the pitch to Ross. Down low for ball 1, the count 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Jaden Ross. Ross a righty here for Mohawk Valley. Thorsland winds and pitches, and there's a called strike down the middle of the plate, and that will even the count up at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 pitch, and little chopper is going to get picked up by again the third baseman. He's going to throw over, and they get Ross for the ground out at first base. So Joey Calabretti now the batter for Mohawk Valley with 2 outs. Calabretti another right-handed bat here for the Dawgs. Calabretti hitting .234 on the season. A home run yesterday in the ball game. Mammoth shot to center field. That was his 3rd home run of the year for Calabretti. So with 2 outs, here is Joey Calabretti at the plate. Wind up and the pitch is in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher for ball 1. 1-0 count. Wind is starting to shift, blowing out now. Actually, depends on when you look at it. Sometimes it's blowing right to left. Other times it's blowing out. So a mix in the wind conditions here at Little Falls. That one has hit the center field. The center fielder makes the grab. Nice play there by the center fielder for Oneonta. That was Uhura. And that was a quick inning for the Dawgs. 1-2-3. And we'll be back for the top of the 2nd, scoreless here in Little Falls.
At GPO, we understand every member's journey is unique. That's why our employees take the time to listen, understand, and deliver personalized solutions that fit your life. From budgeting to borrowing, we're with you every step of the way. Your journey, our commitment. GPO Federal Credit Union, committed to excellence.
Wake up and smell the sizzle at your local Burger King. Burger King is open for breakfast 7 days a week. Your mornings deserve the royal treatment. So dive in to try our delicious breakfast sandwiches, savor our savory hash browns, and wash it all down with a hot or iced coffee. Whether it's Monday or Sunday, we've got your breakfast cravings covered. Swing by BK today to have it your way. You rule at participating U.S. restaurants during breakfast hours.
And we are back here for the start of the 2nd inning. And the Outlaws will come to the plate, and it'll be Ian Wirtz. Ian Wirtz will be the leadoff batter here for Oneonta. He'll be followed by Jack Clark and Lorenzo Camilleri. So first, Ian Wirtz. Wirtz hitting .229 on the season. He's a DH here tonight in the lineup for Oneonta. Miller delivers the pitch, misses for ball 1 in the count of 1-0. 1-0 count now to Wirtz. Wirtz has 1 home run on the season. Right-handed batter is Wirtz. And a little chopper. This may be trouble. No, maybe not, as it's picked up by the third baseman, who came barreling through and it made the quick play. That was Justin Hurd at third base, came into the infield, made the play. And that is a 1 out here for Oneonta. So Jack Clark, the left fielder for Oneonta, now at the plate. Another right-handed bat for the Outlaws. Clark hitting .305 on the season for Oneonta with 1 home run. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that is down low for ball 1. So Clark saddles in as Brendan Miller winds and delivers, and that one misses, and that is ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes a 2-0 pitch now from Miller. Wind up and the pitch. And there's strike 1 and the count 2-1. So 2-1 count here to Jack Clark. Again, Clark hitting .305, 1 home run on the season. Clark, a right-handed batter for Oneonta. Facing Miller. And that is fouled off. And that is strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Miller. I'm sorry, from Miller to Clark, I should say. Clark steps out of the box for a moment. Now he's back in and ready to go. Taps home plate. And he is ready for business here as Brandon Miller sets, winds, and delivers. Puts it in the dirt, does Miller. And the count now full at 3-2. So a full count. We've seen a couple of those already from Miller in this ballgame. 3-2 count, 1 out, nobody on here. Top second from Veterans Memorial Park in Little Falls. That one again is fallen off into the tennis courts here in Mohawk Valley. No kids over there, so that ball is free for anyone's taking. I'm sure someone's going to make their way over and grab that free souvenir. 3-2. Miller winds and delivers the pitch, and the pitch is hit to Justin Hurd, who grabs it over and throws it over to first. So another out on the ground to Hurd with 2 outs now. Lorenzo Camilleri will come to the plate. So Lorenzo Camilleri, the first baseman here for the Outlaws. He's going to bat from the left side here for Oneonta. So Camilleri will step in the box. Camilleri, the first baseman for Oneonta. Sporting that white shiny helmet. And the pitch to Camilleri called strike 1 as it sails across. 0-1 now with 2 outs and nobody on. No score here in the top of the second from Veterans Memorial Park in Little Falls, New York. Big swing and a miss. Actually, swing and a foul tip, I should say. And the count 0-2 now to Camilleri. Camilleri steps out, undoes his batting gloves, and will pop back into the box. 0-2 the count to Camilleri. Miller will set, wind, and deliver. And that is left high by Camilleri in the count 1-2. A 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lorenzo Camilleri. On deck, should he reach, is Zach Porter, the catcher. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And that one is driven to left field for a base hit by Camilleri. And he will start things off here in the top of the second for the Outlaws with 2 outs. So Zach Porter now the batter for Oneonta. Porter, a right-handed batter, hitting .263. He is the catcher here tonight for Oneonta. Porter, number 49 for the Outlaws. And he is stepping into the box with 2 outs and a runner on first. And he pops that one up to center field. And Jaden Ross is there to make the grab. and to end the inning. So another quick inning and a no score as we head to the bottom of the second, 0-0 here at Vets Park.
Spring into action.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this one. This day starts with this one. Because no matter how unforgettable the extraordinary days are, there's a lot of every day that leads up to them. You can count on NBT Bank to help you get started. NBT Bank, it starts here.
Hey fans, tell the world you are here at Veterans Memorial Park watching your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit mvdiamonddogs.com or like us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
And welcome back, fans, here for the bottom half of the second inning. No score here from Little Falls as the Oneonta Outlaws are in town looking for a win as they are struggling this season with a 4-22 record. Dawgs are also looking for a win. They are 16-13 as they have won 3 in a row. So always looking to add some more wins as they get late into the season here as we enter mid-July. Dawgs are in 4th place currently. So we will start things off here in the bottom of the second with J.P. Kuzik. So J.P. Kuzik, the designated hitter here tonight. He is hitting .339 is Kuzik during this summer ball season. Here's the windup now on the pitch by Thorsland. And that one misses for ball 1. So 1-0 count to J.P. Kuzik. It'll be Kuzik, Ramsey, and Justin Hurd all due up in this inning. 1-0 pitch on the way. And that is hit over the head of the shortstop, and it will head to left field. So a base hit for J.P. Kuzik starts things off here in the bottom of the second for the Dawgs. So John Ramsey, now the batter for Mohawk Valley. Ramsey playing shortstop, hitting .271, and he is ready to face Martin Thorsland here as he is ready to go. First pitch to him is a ball on the count 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes to Ramsey. J.P. Kuzik at first base. Reached on a single, did Kuzik. Kuzik takes a few steps off the bag, and the pitch sails in and misses for ball 2. And 2-0 now the count. So 2 balls, no strikes to John Ramsey. Thorsland winds and delivers and puts it down the middle of the plate for called strike 1. So 2-1 now. The count to Ramsey. Again, Ramsey hitting .271 on the season. He's the shortstop for the Dawgs. And Thorsland now will wind and deliver on the 2-1. That is fouled off by Ramsey down the first base line. And that brings us to a 2-2 count. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ramsey, who steps on the box momentarily. Takes a few practice cuts before he'll make his way back to face Thorsland. Thorsland awaits. He looks over his shoulder at the runner at first. That's J.P. Kuzik. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is popped up by Ramsey. And that is foul behind us here. And the count remains 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the shortstop, John Ramsey. Justin Hurd awaits on deck at first base is J.P. Kuzik. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And that misses for ball 3. So a full count now to Ramsey. So Thorsland ready to deliver on the 3-2 here to Ramsey. Here it comes. And calls strike 3, rings him up. Ramsey doesn't like it, but he walks away
Now batting for your Dogs, the third baseman, number 27 from SUNY Albany,
with out number 1.
Justin Hurd.
So Justin Hurd, and now the batter after John Ramsey strikes out looking. As Ramsey not like the placement of that pitch. So Justin Hurd now at the plate, hitting 171 is Hurd. Hurd is a third baseman, had a lot of action here already today at third base. Here's the pitch to Hurd, and that misses for ball 1. A 1 ball in, no strikes, with 1 out. Here's the pitch, and that is hit to left field, and it is going to drop for Justin Hurd, and that'll be a single for Hurd as it dropped into left field for a base hit. So Justin Hurd with the single moves Kuzik over to second base. So runners on first and second now for Brendan Hawk, who is at the plate for the Dogs with just 1 out. The Dogs looking to get on the board here early with the runners on first and second and just 1 out. And Brendan Hawk at the plate. Hawk at .211 hitter thus far in the season. Dorsland ready and delivers a strike, and the count 0-1. No balls and 1 strike here to Brendan Hawk. As Dorsland looked over at the runner at first, then at second, and now he's going to kick, wind, and deliver. And a little chopper to the second baseman. He stalled for a second, grabs the ball, throws it, and safe. And that little hesitation is what it took for Brendan Hawk to reach safely. So that ball was hit to the shortstop. He hesitated for a second as the ball took a bounce, and that was enough to give Brendan Hawk time to reach safely. So with Hawk safe, bases now loaded for the Dogs. So Nico Soris hitting 200. He's the catcher for Mohawk Valley. Has a big opportunity here for the Dogs. And puts that one right through the gap between first and second. 1 run scores. Here's the second run coming in. The throw to third is not in time. And the single scores 2 runs from Nico Soris. And the Dogs have gone up 2-0.
Dogs, the second baseman, number 7 from Lincoln University, Sean Stoney.
So Sean Stoney now the batter with the runners on the corners and 1 out. So for Oneonta, a double play situation here. But for Sean Stoney, an opportunity to drive home another run. So Stoney hitting .229 on the season. He's got 1 home run. Again, runners on the corners here. Here's the pitch. And down the middle for call. Strike 1 to Stoney. The count 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Stoney. Dorsland looks over at the runner at first base, taking a short lead. Now he starts to prance around. And there's a swing and a miss by Stoney. And the count 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes here to Sean Stoney. Again, 1 out. Dogs have taken a 2-0 advantage. And here's the windup and the pitch by Dorsland. And that one is hit into right field, and it will drop in between the right fielder and the second baseman. Another run scores, so a single by Stoney scores a run, and the Dogs have extended the lead to 3-0.
Left fielder number 24 from Warner University, Ethan Hughes.
So Ethan Hughes now the batter. So top of the lineup. Hughes grounded out in his first at bat. He's got runners on first and second with just 1 out. A 3-0 advantage here for the Dogs. Here's Dorsland now with the pitch. High for ball 1. Oh, 1-0 the count to Ethan Hughes. Dad in town again to watch all the action. He came up here in the booth to say hello. So the family of Ethan Hughes may be listening out there. Hello to everybody else. Now obviously Dad is here in the stands watching today. And ball 2, we believe. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, runners on first and second here for Mohawk Valley. Ethan Hughes at the plate Thorsland on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Hughes. The count now 2-1. Two-one count here to Hughes now. Thorsland sets, winds in, delivers, and he puts it high for ball 3. So Hughes now facing a 3-1 count here with those runners on first and second, a 3-0 advantage. Hughes love nothing more to bring those runners home. 3-1, here's the pitch. And swing and a miss for strike 2. And the count now full to Ethan Hughes. So full count here to Ethan Hughes, 3-2, 1 out. Runners on first and second taking short leads. Here's the pitch. And called strike 3 as Hughes strikes out looking for out number 2. So Jaden Ross now the batter here for Mohawk Valley. Josh Ross hitting .308. He grounded out in his first at bat. Big opportunity here for Ross with runners on first and second here with 2 outs. Pitch on its way to Ross, and a swing and a miss for strike 1. So no balls and a strike to Jaden Ross, the center fielder, as Ross was plugged into center field once he got here a few days ago and has been there since. 0-1. Here's the windup pitch, and that one is hit over the head of the second baseman into center field, and that will bring home a run. Throw to third is in time to get him at third, but the run scores, and the score now 4-0 as the inning comes to a close. After the single by Jaden Ross, the runner thrown out at third, but the Dogs have added 4 runs and take a 4-0 advantage here as we head to the top of the third.
If you're looking for some shopping and dining, head on over to Canal Place, where you will find quaint shops, galleries, restaurants, and inns situated in the old mill buildings and storefronts along the waterfront of Canal Place. They've become known as the happening place for the arts in the Mohawk Valley. Not so long ago, many of these buildings were working mills serving the garment industry. Even today, after conversion to service retail space, many of these rugged but lovely structures speak to our great regional manufacturing heritage. If you're looking for fine arts, entertainment, or antiques, you simply must pay a visit to Canal Place.
And we are back. Great music selection by our radio guy here in the booth, playing Bad Boys as the Outlaws are in town. So good choice, good choice. So first Bad Boy is going to come to the plate for the Outlaws. Is going to be Owen Burnsworth. He is the extra hitter for the Outlaws. So Owen Burnsworth, then Brendan Conley and Matthew Carrera all due up here in the top of the third. So Miller is ready to go. Burnsworth is set, and here comes the pitch for inning number 3. And inning number 3 will start off with a strike to Burnsworth in the count 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. 4-0. Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs have jumped ahead. Top of the third. And that's a little dribbler as that one gets through. 40-base hit for Burnsworth. And to Brendan Conley, now the batter. So Conley, a left-handed batter for the Outlaws. He is the second baseman, hitting .193. Connolly steps in with a runner on first base, nobody out here in the top of the third. Wind up the pitch, outside corner for a strike. As we have a couple of wasps that are flying around here and bothering me. Bad. So if I run out of the booth, you know why. 0-1. And that one called a strike in the count, 0-2. So no balls in 2 strikes to Conley. Runner on first, taking a few steps off the bag, being held on by the first baseman for the Dogs. And they're going to throw back to first, Will Miller. And Hawk is there to make the catch and keep him close to home. 0-2 now to Conley. Miller sets, looks at the runner at first base, winds and delivers outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. A 1-2 to Conley. Conley hitting 193 on the season. He's a second baseman for the Outlaws. Pitch is fouled off. And the count remains 1-2. A 1 ball, 2 strikes to Conley. So good crowd, good contingent here from the Outlaws, sitting on the third base side. 1-2 now the count. Wind up the pitch, and that one misses on the outside portion of the plate, 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Conley. With nobody out and runner on first. Here's the 2-2 pitch on its way from Miller. And that one misses down low for ball 3, and the count now 3-2 to Conley. So due up next, Matthew Carrera on deck for the Outlaws. So Conley awaits the pitch. 3-2. Here's the windup in the pitch from Miller. Taking his time to deliver that pitch. Miller slow and methodical with his pitches. Three and 2, and this wasp is making me extremely nervous. Holy cow. 3-2 is the count. Here's the windup and the pitch from Miller. And that one is hit into the glove of the second baseman, who creeps out to the center field area to make the grab for out number 1. So Matthew Carrera now the batter. And Carrera is the shortstop for the Outlaws. So Carrera, with 1 out, has a runner on first base. Here's Miller now, back to first. He throws, and runner quickly gets back. Again, just 1 out here with the Outlaws down 4-0 in the top of the third. Here's Miller now with the pitch. And that is a strike to count, 0-1 now. So no balls and 1 strike to Matthew Carrera. Runner taking a short lead at first, a couple steps off the bag. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Here's the throw. And not in time. He is safe. And a stolen base there for Burnsworth. And the count now 1-1 to Carrera. A 1 ball and 1 strike. With a runner now in scoring position at second base for the Outlaws. 1-1 count and 1 out. Carrera the batter. Brendan Miller the pitcher. There's the windup and pitch by Miller. Outside and high for ball 2. It's 2 balls and a strike here to Carrera. After Carrera, we go back to the top of the lineup with Kaz Uhera on deck. So Miller looks in, picks up his signs from his catcher. Looks at the runner at second. and winds and delivers, and that is popped up high into right field, and the right fielder is there to make the grab. That is Calabretti, and he will throw over, so the runner will stay at second base. And just like that, 2 outs after the pop out from Carrera. So Kaz Uhara now the batter. Uhara singled in his first attempt here tonight at the plate. Uhara, a left-handed batter for Oneonta. Runner on second base. And Brendan Miller looks in. Runner taking a pretty good size lead at second, not being held on. Here's the pitch to Uhara, and he backs off for ball 1. A 1 ball, no strikes to Uhara. Uhara, again, singled in his first at bat, hitting .268 on the season for the Outlaws. 1-0 pitch on its way to Uhara, and there's a strike. The count 1-1. So a ball and a strike with 2 outs on the scoreboard here at the top of the third. It is Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs leading this one 4-0 as they jumped out on the Outlaws early in the bottom of the second. And the score now 4-0. Miller sets now, looks at the runner a few times before he winds and delivers. And that ball hit down the third base line, but foul. And the count 1-2. Sorry, Ez. They're dodging wasps up here, and they are huge. And I think it's just one, and he's like coming after me every time. Whoa, hello. Sorry, Ez. Can't do it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. That one's fouled off down the third base line. And hope you guys are laughing at home because I'm not. 1-2 now the count to Uhara. Runner on second base taking a short lead. 1-2 count, 2 outs. And that is again popped foul. This time the catcher, third baseman heading for it, and it is out of play. Into the garage area stand behind third base. Looks like one of our fans makes the grab and grabs the ball. And the count now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Uhara with 2 outs. Again, the runner at second base taking a lead, not being held on. 1-2 count. Here's the windup and the pitch from Miller. Outside and low for ball 2, and the count now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Apparently when I stand up, the wasp goes away. So we'll be standing up the rest of the game. 2-2. So deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's Miller with the pitch. And that one is laced into the glove of the diving first baseman. What a play by Brendan Hawk. He dives, makes the grab for the final out of the inning. Nice play there. Fantastic, stellar glove work by Brendan Hawk. We'll be back after this.
Little Falls, New York combines the
4-0 Mohawk Valley.
Little Falls, New York combines the charms of a small town with the conveniences of a much larger city. Of course, you'd expect to find welcoming people, beautiful scenery, family-friendly activities, and plenty to do outdoors. But you might be surprised to find that Little Falls, New York also has an espresso bar, gem shop, art center, French restaurant, antique centers, local hospital, and extensive civic services and amenities. Not to mention homes both beautiful and affordable, nestled in a dramatic natural setting amongst steep hills that descend to the Mohawk River and Erie Canal. Little Falls, New York. It's a great place to spend a few days or a lifetime. Hey fans, tell the world you are here at Veterans Memorial Park watching your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit mvdiamonddogs.com or like us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
And we are back, and Joey Calabretti will lead things off here for the Dawgs. Bottom of the third inning, 4-0. The Dawgs are ahead here, and Calabretti is the batter at the plate to start things off for the Dawgs here in the bottom of the third. Calabretti, well, they pop out in his first attempt here tonight. So Martin Thorsland, the pitcher, he will wind and deliver. And that ball hit to left field, and this is going to be at least a double as he gets on his horse, and a stand-up double for Calabretti.
Now batting for your Dogs, the designated hitter number 30 from Fairfield University, J.P. Kuzik.
So here's J.P. Kuzik, second batter of the inning here for the Dawgs, with nobody out and a runner now on second base. Another prime opportunity here for the Dawgs here in the bottom half of the third. So Kuzik will jump into the box here. Kuzik singled in his first at bat here tonight. And he awaits the pitch here with nobody out. That's in the dirt, and the catcher looks for it, finds it, and finds it quickly. So Calabretti stays put at second base. 1-0 now to Kuzik. One ball, no strikes. Here comes the windup and pitch by Thorsland. And that one is hit to center field and is going to drop into the glove of the center fielder. Makes the nice diving catch out in center field. It does Uhura for out number one. So John Ramsey now the batter. Ramsey struck out looking in his first at bat here tonight, and he will step into the batter's box with one out and a runner on at second base in scoring position. That is Joey Calabretti. And the pitch to Ramsey called strike one down the middle. The count 0-1. So no balls and a strike, one out. Thorsland looks in. And now he winds and delivers, and that ball hit sharply at the shortstop. Goes to his left, can't make the play. And safe is John Ramsey. And now runners on first and second for the Dawgs. So Justin Hurd will now be the batter for Mohawk Valley. Again, one out for Hurd, and Hurd will come to the plate with runners on first and second. Hurd singled in his last at bat, hitting 171 in this game. First pitch coming to Hurd here in the bottom of the third, and that one curves its way in for strike one. The count 0-1. So no balls and one strike to Justin Hurd as the Dawgs look to put on some more runs here, leading 4-0. And they got a chance here with runners on first and second. Hurd at the plate, swings and misses for strike two, and the count now 0-2. So no balls and two strikes. 0-2 to Hurd with one out. 0-2 pitch on its way, and Hurd fouls it off down the first base line. And it was fair, actually. Made its way back in. And that is out number two as he stepped on the bag. Once he grabbed, it looked like it was foul as it went along the line and then went into foul territory. So Brendan Hawk now with an opportunity to drive in those runs for the Dawgs. With the runners on second and third now in scoring position, Hawk at the plate. Hawk singled in his first attempt here tonight and takes the first pitch to him here in the bottom of the third for a strike to the count 0-1. No balls and 1 strike here to Brendan Hawk, the first baseman. And that ball hit right back up the middle at the pitcher. That's going to score 1, and bobbles it in center field, and that's going to score 2. So 2-run score after the Brendan Hawk single, and the Dogs extend the lead now to 6-0.
Now batting for your Dogs, the catcher, number 5 from Queens College, Nico Sorry.
So Nico Soris now the batter for the Dogs. Soris also singled in his last at bat. And he's going to step into the batter's box with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Looking to extend that lead even more as the Dogs now lead 6-0. And that pitch in the dirt. And here's the throw as the runner takes off and safe. At second base is Brendan Hawk. And with 2 outs now, Soris facing a 1-0 count. A 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on second base. And Thorsland, the pitcher, on the mound. Here's the windup and the pitch. Outside for ball 2. When the count now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Nico Soris, the catcher here tonight for the Dogs, hitting 200 coming into this ball game for Soris. He singled the last at bat, so that average only on its way up. And that's fouled off down the third base line. The count now 2-1. So the 2-1 count. Soris steps on the box for a moment before he circles his way back. And they're ready to face Martin Thorsland with a 2-1 count. Runners on the second only. And he holds off on that one. They're going to check to see if he went. No, he did not. And the count now jumps to 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike to the catcher, Nico Soris, for the Dogs, as the Dogs bats continue to remain hot here in the last couple games. There's the pitch. And that is popped up high into center field. Center fielder coming forward. It makes the grab. That is Uhara, and that will do it for the inning. But not before the Dogs put up 2 more, extend that lead to 6, and now lead 6-0 as we head to the top of the 4th. Back after this.
Visit the Daily Post and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the Mohawk Valley. Our mission is to generate interest in the area and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes Store, listen to our podcast, or sign up for our weekly email newsletter. Stop by today at thedailypost.digital. You'll be glad you did.
And folks, we are back for the top of the 4th. Dogs lead 6-0. And a new guy joining us in the booth, Scott. Welcome to the booth. Scott Kinville joins us here, coming home from work, right?
Yep, just got out of work, and now I'm down to the fun work.
All right, cool. So missed a lot already. 6-0 is the score.
I see this. This Dogs offense just continues to light on all cylinders.
They sure do.
Which is a great thing to see. They're giving a new meaning to the word dog days of summer, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. 1 ball, no strikes now to Dane Richards. Richards, the batter here for Oneonta, will be Dane Richards, Jace Kohler, and Ian Wirtz. So it'll be 2-3-4 here in the inning with Brendan Miller delivering the pitch. He hits that one to the third baseman, who scoops it up, throws it over to first, and that was Hurd over to Hawk for out number 1. So Hurd's been busy today, Scott. He's been grounding a lot of ground balls at third base.
Well, I can see with no runs given up here, Brendan Miller certainly showing why he was selected to the PGCBL mid-season All-Star team.
Yes, yeah, doing a fine job already. So here's Jace Kohler coming to the plate. Kohler has grounded out in his first at bat. Looks like his equipment coming off on his elbow pad there, so he's got to make sure that's on tight.
There's a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction there.
Yes, looks like he's good to go. So Kohler, who grounded out, hitting .297 as he entered this game, and he enters this inning with 1 out, nobody on. And Miller delivers the pitch inside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. So uneventful day, hopefully, at the firehouse today, Scott.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. You know, it's the kind of days you like to have.
Yes, sir. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. And that one outside corner call, strike 1. The count now 1-1.
Well, Pete, I can tell that, of course, you know, you probably already talked about it, but the weather being quite similar to what it was last night. I know there were some big storms that went just south of us, so fortunately we were able to get this game in.
Yeah, 1-1 count, and that is pop foul territory. First baseman coming for it, makes the grab, and that is good for out number 2. That was Brendan Hawk scooping that one up in foul territory for out number 2. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain. And not even rain, I'd say. It was just kind of a couple of droplets before the game even started, and that was it.
Just enough to say hello.
Yep. Looked at the forecast when I got here. It said rain between 5 and 6 o'clock, at 5 and 6, 50% and 60%. And it did not happen. We got a couple of droplets, and it went the other way.
Well, that's very good because, you know what? We're starting to run out of time here for this regular season, and we don't have a lot of spots to make up games, so we got to get them in.
Yeah, 1-0 count. Yeah, you get to the later part of the season, it's tough to get a lot of doubleheaders in. I mean, we do it if we have to, but it's just tough on the players. It's tough on, the middle of the summer. It's hot.
Sure.
It gets tough. Those doubleheaders wear on you a little bit.
Yep, tough on everybody involved, especially like you said, when it's hot and humid and sticky out there. It's a chore.
So 2 balls and no strikes here to Wirtz. Wirtz grounded out in his first attempt here tonight. Here's the pitch, and that one back at us here. And the count now 2-1. So you missed it. Ethan Pugh's dad came up in the booth, wanted a little bit of a tour of the back of the back scene stuff. So the guys from Creative Solution kind of gave him the tour a little bit, showed him how things work, showed him how we get on the air. As well, showed him a little of the music.
Well, I tell you, I mentioned it.
Going on.
Great guy, great guy.
Good.
Mentioned him, or I met him last night, and we talked about. I was telling you, I says, if you're into food,
right?
Chicken Riggies. You got to find Chicken Riggies in the Mohawk Valley. It's our specialty.
2-2 count. Forgot to ask him if he picked up the plate yesterday or today.
No, he's planning on taking Ethan.
Okay.
So they're going to go hit lunch somewhere at some point. Once the dogs get a day off around here.
Yeah, 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're going to have to give him a list of the good places to eat.
I had a few suggestions.
I got a few too, but it's going the other way.
Well, hey, listen, you can travel anywhere for a good Riggie.
Yep. That one has popped up in the center field, and Jaden Ross will make the catch to end the inning. So a quick inning ends, and no runs on the board for Oneonta. The score remains 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
If you're looking for some shopping and dining, head on over to Canal Place, where you will find quaint shops, galleries, restaurants, and inns situated in the old mill buildings and storefronts along the waterfront of Canal Place. They've become known as the happening place for the arts in the Mohawk Valley. Not so long ago, many of these buildings were working mills serving the garment industry. Even today, after conversion to service retail space, many of these rugged but lovely structures speak to our great regional manufacturing heritage. If you're looking for fine arts, entertainment, or antiques, you simply must pay a visit to Canal Place.
John Stone.
So we are back, and Sean Stoney will lead things off. And we were just kind of talking about places to eat here in the Valley, as I certainly can. I can rattle off a bunch of places in the Utica area for sure, but we'll hold off on that. But a lot of good places out here to eat as well. I've been hearing, so make sure you check out those establishments throughout the area.
But of course, for us to talk about those establishments, we got to get sponsorships.
We're not going to give you the free sponsorship, right? 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for a measly couple bucks. I'll announce your special for you.
You know, we should talk to Travis about that for next season.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that one in for strike 2. The count 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Sean Stoney. Stoney singled in his first at bat tonight. And here is the pitch, and that one's fouled off again. The count remains 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's good to see Sean back in the lineup. You know, he was out for a couple games, and good to see him back.
Yep.
You know, and he adds that speed element to this Dawgs game. He really does.
Yep.
You know, once he gets on base, you got a chance of stealing any base you need.
Yep. One of the fast. We were talking about steals yesterday. He's one of those guys that you put on the list of guys that can definitely steal a bag. 1-2. And that one misses outside. The count now 2-2. So in other news, I was kind of looking at my feet today. I saw there's rumors that they're talking about a 4-point line in the NBA.
Really?
That's not good.
No.
I don't like that.
No, they
2
take
balls
too
and
many
2 strike,
three-pointers as it is. I can't even imagine with a 4.
And there's call strike 3 to Stoney. That surprised him.
Ooh.
That surprised a lot of people, actually. So Sean Stoney strikes out looking. We go back to the top of the lineup now, Ethan Hughes. We're just talking about Hughes' dad, and he's going to take him out to lunch to a good place and hopefully find him some good chicken riggies. We gave him the recommendations, and he'll report back on how good they are.
You know, the Gator's going to take a bite out of some riggies.
Here you go. There's the windup and pitch, and Hughes also struck out looking in his last at-bat. He also grounded out in his first at-bat here tonight. Making me hungry about talking about riggies a little bit.
No.
1-0 count. I had to make the pit stop on my way here because I was hungry today, so I couldn't wait. So 2 balls and no strikes, so 2 cheeseburgers it was for dinner.
Well,
they were all right.
You know, I guess to hold you over, right?
Yeah,
we got some ballpark food here, you know.
2-0. I really stopped more for the soda because I was really thirsty. I was hungry, but I was really thirsty, and the soda was flat. It was awesome. You know, look how you're just thinking about it before you even get to the drive-thru. You're like,
yep.
Ice cold.
Like, oh, this is gonna be good.
3-1, and the fountain sodas always taste better.
Yep.
So I kind of I already had it tasted before I even got it, and then I took the first sip as I already drove away because I wasn't in the drive-thru line anymore, and I was like, yeah, it's flat. 3-1 pitch for strike 2. Now the count 3-2 up. That's the life, I guess, right?
Yeah, something like that anyway.
That's the worst that happens to me in a day, I guess. It's a pretty good day.
Yeah.
3-2.
And you know, flat soda's got a charm of its own. Just think positive.
I guess. 3-2. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. And Hughes strikes out for his second strikeout of the evening. And Jaden Ross now will come to the plate.
Langler University, Jaden Ross.
So Jaden Ross, who singled in his last at bat, also grounded out tonight. He will come to the plate with 2 outs. And nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th. 6-0 Dawgs ahead. And here is Ross.
Well, you know, Pete, looking out the crowd here, we got a good crowd.
Very good crowd. Very good crowd. Lots of kids out there. And there's a swing and a miss. And I even looked on the other side earlier. I was commenting that a lot of Oneonta fans look like they traveled as well.
That's a good night for baseball. You know, nice Thursday night. You got Thirsty Thursday here at the park. Can't beat it.
You're looking for a deal. That's one of the best nights to come out to the park.
Yeah.
0-2. Well, no balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. You know, we were talking the other night about contests and fun things that minor league ballparks do. Our friends at the Syracuse Mets have a little thing going on where they got a major, huge baseball, and they're all signing it, and they're trying to get the world record for the biggest signed baseball. Pretty interesting. And with that, Jaden Ross swings and misses to end the inning, and we head to the top of the 5th. 6-0 is the score. Dawgs ahead.
Little Falls, New York combines the charms of a small town with the conveniences of a much larger city. Of course, you'd expect to find welcoming people, beautiful scenery, family-friendly activities, and plenty to do outdoors. But you might be surprised to find that Little Falls, New York also has an espresso bar, gem shop, art center, French restaurant, antique centers, local hospital, and extensive civic services and amenities. Not to mention homes both beautiful and affordable, nestled in a dramatic natural setting amongst steep hills that descend to the Mohawk River and Erie Canal. Little Falls, New York. It's a great place to spend a few days or a lifetime.
Leading off the top of the fifth for the Oneonta Outlaws.
And we are back. Outlaws coming to the plate here in the top of the fifth, down 6-0, and Jack Clark at the plate. No, not the Hall of Famer Jack Clark, the other Jack Clark.
Well, you had me thinking for a second there. Kind of a similar stance, though.
Maybe it's Jack's son.
You never know.
You're probably right, because he probably does have a dad named Jack.
Well, he
that one hit
certainly
the
got
left
a hold
field,
of that one.
and it is caught in left field by Ethan Hughes for out number one. So a quick first out. Just what the Dogs ordered here.
You know what's so funny is you can actually just tell certain players just by their batting stance. It really is.
Yep.
You know, obviously Julio Franco is probably the most copied batting stance of all time.
That was fun. I like to wrap that bat around his head.
Yeah. I used to love to watch Gary Sheffield bat too.
Oh, yeah.
Had that bat going, you know, he just wanted to destroy any baseball that came his way. But
we all tried those at one point. Then you had Will Clark.
Yes, Will Clark. Will the Thrill.
Yeah.
And one time, the sweetest swing in baseball.
Did you see his comments recently towards
Raffy Devers? Yeah.
Here's the pitch, and it is inside for ball two. Yeah, he has some choice words.
Yeah.
You know, and I kind of, because he has been saying a lot of things. He's been more vocal lately.
Yep.
And when I saw it, I'm like, there's got to be something behind that. So I kind of dug in a little more to see what it was all about. And basically, he was supposed to give him hitting lessons. He was waiting for him at the park, and he didn't show up. That one is hit to the pitcher. He tried to hold off on his swing and pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he is safe at first.
He was fielding lessons too, as well, wasn't it?
Was it fielding?
Yeah.
He was fielding, yeah.
Yeah, because he had insisted that he wasn't going to play third base in Boston, or he only wanted to play third base.
Yep.
And then they traded him to San Francisco, and they're like, well, here, you got to try to play first. That's it. And we're going to offer you Will Clark to help teach you this position. Nah, I'm good.
And those are the guys.
Wow.
It's like there's a reason Boston got rid of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Zach Porter, now the batter. And those are the guys. You know, it's unfortunate because again, I'm not here to pick on guys, right? But he is a big league player, so I guess I can pick on him. He got a lot of money, so he'll be all right.
Yeah.
But you know, you're playing this game. Go on and play the game.
Right.
Right. I mean, go. That's what you're getting paid to do.
Yeah, and that's just it. You know, you're living just a lot of people's dreams here, and
right. It's just unfortunate because he's such a gifted player.
I just wish. Oof, that's gonna be down the line and fair.
Down the line, down the third base line, and he's gonna round it first.
Gonna hold him at third.
Runners on the second and third now with the double there by Porter. That one, a scorcher right down the third base line.
Now batting for the Outlaws, the extra
And now
hitter,
runners on
12,
second and third with one out.
Yeah, that one was a laser down the line. The Dogs had no chance on that one.
Yep. We were talking about Devers.
But
cut you off, right? What were you saying?
oh no, it's. But I was just saying that I wish sometimes these, especially the major leaguers, would kind of take into account that kids are probably out there looking up to me.
Oh, that's
probably watching every move I'm making.
That's a lost art, it seems like.
It
really is.
Maybe I should just try to set the example, but.
I mean, Owen Burnsworth now, the batter, he singled in his first at bat, and really, that one misses for ball one. It's unfortunate because most of these guys out there are doing it for the right reasons and are good role models, but it's these guys who are not who get all the attention out there, and
sure.
they make the highlights and they're on the news. Where then you have the guys who are working hard every day in the cage on the field, they're not getting that kind of attention because they're just doing their jobs.
Exactly.
And that's how they look at it. Where instead of highlighting those guys more, the guys who are negative get the highlights because they get the press, and that's what sells papers.
Well, what is it? They said the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yep, 2 balls and no strikes. I mean, you're a reporter. Don't you take your camera to where the action is, or do you take your camera where the good stuff is going on? A lot of times you go to you do both. I know you do a little bit of both.
Yeah, but you have a tendency to go to, like you said, where the action is, where the quotes are going to come from.
Right, 2 balls and 1 strike.
So yeah, it's true.
I mean, everybody's always stopping on the to watch the fire or watch the
car accident, right?
No one just sits there and watches the birds chirp.
And I think that's going to be deep enough to get him to tag.
Yep, into center field, and the runner's going to tag up, and they're going to throw it home.
And throws
off
off
line. That
line.
line was on line. It might have got him. It might have had a chance, but and its first run scores now 6-1 is the score with 2 outs. Runner on second base here for Oneonta. So they finally get on the board here at the top of the 5th.
Well, Pete, it's like we talked last night. We've talked several times before. Regardless of the score, you can never count your opponent out.
Right.
This game of baseball, it does some crazy, crazy things sometimes.
It sure does. So Brendan Conley, just when you think you've seen it all, you see something that you've never seen before, which is kind of cool. Keeps the game interesting, right?
It does. It really does.
And speaking of baseball and interesting, that one's outside. I also heard that they're going to use the robo umpires for the 2025 All-Star game. So that should be interesting. And I do like that they're using it in the All-Star game as a kind of a test. Because a couple things are going to happen with that. I mean, there's 1 ball, no strike, swing and a miss. The count now 1-1. I mean, a lot of times I don't really like to watch the All-Star game because it's not what it used to be.
No.
But now I'm going to watch it just to see the robo umpires.
Just for that, yeah.
And then it kind of gives you a chance to see, what it looks like, and maybe it is the way of the future. I don't know. I don't love it.
I'm sure at some point you'll start seeing it become more and more prevalent.
Yep.
It's just the way it is. But you're right about the All-Star game. Like back when we were kids, back 70s, 80s, 90s, those players were out there playing their hearts out.
Yep.
Because back then, the MVP would get a car, and that was, they weren't making big money, so the car, I'm going to play hard for that,
Exactly, yep. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. And there's a swing and a miss, and that will do it for the inning. So 1 runner stranded, but they do score a run. And 6-1 the score. DiamondDawgs ahead. We head to the bottom of the 5th.
Visit the Daily Post and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the Mohawk Valley. Our mission is to generate interest in the area and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes Store, listen to our podcast, or sign up for our weekly email newsletter. Stop by today at thedailypost.digital. You'll be glad you did.
Joey Calabrese.
And we are back for the bottom half of the 5th inning. And 6-1 the score. Joey Calabrese is going to lead things off here to be Calabrese, J.P. Kuzik, and John Ramsey. So Scott last inning, Calabrese with a double. So looking to do the same here or more in this inning to start things off.
Well, Joey Calabrese does damage in several different ways. You said he got the double earlier this game. Last night he had that Titanic drive out to right center field that was halfway up the bleachers out there. That, like I was saying last night, that didn't just crawl over the fence.
Nope.
That cleared the fence. If those bleachers weren't there, it probably would have rolled all the way to the canal.
Yep, 2 balls and no strikes. And let me tell you about Calabrese. Sometimes you look at these guys and you say, you know what? They do the little things right? So that one misses outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Classic example of focusing on the little things. The little things like this, to me, make a difference. I interviewed him last night after the game, talking about the game, talking about the home run. So I grabbed him. He had his T-shirt on. He took his jerseys off. It was hot. And he goes, "Is this going to be on video?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Hang on a second." Runs back into the dugout and puts his uniform on. Those little details
That's the
like
little
that,
things.
those are the little things that matter. He gets it. So
That's
3 balls
exactly
and 1 strike. You know, some people might look at that and say, "What's the big deal?" No, those are the little things that matter, because those are the little things that he focuses on when he's batting. So that one's popped up into right field. Right fielder makes the catch for the out. And that is out number 1. But things like that, if he focuses on the little things like that, what is he going to do when he's at the plate? What is he going to do when he's on the field?
What is he going to do when he's on the pitcher's mound?
Exactly. That's true. And today he's playing right field.
You know, all he's got to do is manage one game. Give Coach Luby a break and let him manage one game, then he can truly say he's done it all.
Well, we did that one year. And Esso might be able to help me out on this one. So let me just tell you who's batting first here. So J.P. Kuzik is at the plate, and he takes the first pitch for a ball, I believe. So one year, I can't remember who it was. Maybe one of these guys will remember up in the booth. But we had a player in a game play every position, right? All 9, yep. It was Turner, yes, it was Turner. Andrew Turner, yep, Andrew Turner was the guy. And Andrew ended up getting drafted by Baltimore, I believe, if I remember correctly.
And that's through the hole and in.
Between the second and third baseman for a base hit. So Kuzik on base for the second time tonight with a single. And John Ramsey will come to the plate. So Ramsey also singled last time up, also struck out looking. He will step into the box here with just 1 out, 6-1 lead. And J.P. Kuzik at first base. So Martin Thursland, still the same pitcher who started this ball game in the game here for Oneonta. So letting him go for a little bit here. And 1-0 the count. I was mentioning before the start of the game, so Oneonta struggling a bit this season. Last place in the East, 4-22. So having a rough go at it so far this season is Oneonta. That one gets away, and Kuzik is going to head over to second base.
Yeah, certainly not the season that Oneonta wanted. But
No.
but again, you know, they're not just going to lay down for you. You got to go out there and you got to give 120%, which the Dogs do anyways. Right. They don't care whether they're playing the last place team, the first place team. You know you're going to get 120% out of this team because Coach Luby will not put up with it.
Right, 2-0 count. And, you know, the other thing, too, is obviously fans and everybody focus on wins and losses. But we talked about this yesterday. A lot of these kids, not a lot, because all these kids play college ball. They're trying to improve themselves. So even if they only won 4 games, every game for them is another game for them on the field to get more reps, and that's what it's about for these players. Is they're here to get more reps, to get better for their colleges, to get a chance to get drafted.
Hitting the nail on the head, you are, Peter Pagliaro.
Thank you. I'm a carpenter sometimes. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Ramsey with a 1 out. And you missed it earlier. I was literally dodging a wasp in here.
He was back in here a little while ago.
Oh, where is he?
I think he got back out.
Because he's been causing problems for me. That one has popped up to the second baseman. He's going to make the grab for out number 2. And that is the second baseman, Conley. And now 2 outs. He's been flying around here like, I don't mind. I can share the booth. But flying straight at me at 50 miles an hour, not acceptable.
Well, and it's about the size of a Cessna, too. So
it really is, dude. People don't believe it. They're like, oh, it's just a wasp. Calm down. Calm down. You calm down.
The thing had landing lights. What do you want?
You calm down. They're like, I am calm. I'm at home. 2 outs, and that one in the dirt. 4-1 to John Ramsey. Yeah, I don't do bugs. I don't do things that flutter. I don't do birds. I don't do snakes. I can keep going.
So in other words, you're not going to have your own nature show anytime soon, are you?
Nah, not happening. No. I mean, this is kind of like even risky enough because I'm on a field where there's bugs around.
That there is.
And 1 strike, that's all, you know.
But there's dogs on the field, and that's all that counts.
Dogs are okay. I mean, if we were playing what was the name of the team? I don't know what city it was, but the Anteaters.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm missing that game. 1-1 count.
Really? Ain't bother you?
I mean, Charlotte Hornets basketball games? Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Sorry, can't accept those free tickets. Too scary. 2-1. Listen, any animal that has a stinging device on its rear end, I don't trust. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-2. Listen, I don't trust Buzz.
So no Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets for you?
Oh, the yellow. That's even worse. A yellow jacket. I mean, an insect that has its own jacket? Come on.
Hey, members only.
2-2 with 2 strikes. Here's the pitch now to Ramsey with 2 outs. And he chases that one, and that will do it as he picks up the ball and throws over to first. And that will do it for the inning. And the score remains 6-1 Dogs after 6.
At GPO, we understand every member's journey is unique. That's why our employees take the time to listen, understand, and deliver personalized solutions that fit your life. From budgeting to borrowing, we're with you every step of the way. Your journey, our commitment. GPO Federal Credit Union, committed to excellence.
At Hummel's Office Plus, our customers remain our #1 priority. Hi, Central New York. This is Justin Hummel, CEO of Hummel's Office Plus. If you are in need of a reliable, competitive, and consistent business product supplier, give Hummel's a try. We offer customized pricing, free next-day delivery, and personalized service. With our wide assortment of office supplies, janitorial supplies, furniture, and everything else you need for your workplace, Hummel's is your go-to for all your business products.
And we are back, top of the 6th inning, 6-1 Dogs ahead. And for the Outlaws, leading off is the shortstop Matthew Carrera. Carrera popped out in his first attempt here tonight, and he will give attempt number 2 a shot here against Brendan Miller.
Well, as our intrepid public address announcer Josh McMullen just said, it's strike out the side inning here where if Brendan Miller strikes out all 3 Oneonta Outlaws he's going to face in the top part of this, or well, the first 3 anyways,
Yep.
everybody goes home with a ticket to a future Dogs game.
Isn't that fantastic?
It's fantastic, but no pressure on Brendan.
No balls and 1 strike. Even better, though. Well, let me tell you in a second. The ball's hit to right field, and Calabretti makes the catch for out number 1. As Josh was telling us, you come to our next game.
Center fielder number 47 from Walker College.
Let you know who's batting first. So Kaz Uhara is the batter. He's the leadoff batter here for Oneonta here in the top of the lineup. Number 1 hitter. If you come to our next game, which I believe Josh says Saturday? Sunday. Come Sunday, and you're one of the first 100 people in the stadium, a free ice cream, I've been told.
Ooh.
Free ice cream. Can't beat that.
No, not on a hot night like this either.
1 ball and no strikes. I will take a hot, well, not a hot ice cream, I'll take a cold one. Any day of the week. I'm going to tell you a funny story. Oh, there's a swing and a miss. Have you ever, by habit, like glue on your ice cream like it was hot?
Put glue
No,
on your...
not glue. No, not glue. Blue.
Oh.
Blue.
Okay. Blue.
If you put glue on your ice cream, you got a real problem.
Well, that's what I thought you said. I was like, you were the kid that ate paste in school, weren't you?
No, I was not. The ball hit on the ground on the second baseman, and he scoops it up and throws over to first for the quick second out. No, have you ever, like, by accident, just not thinking, blew on your ice cream like it was hot?
Oh, all right. No, I actually haven't.
All right, well, I have.
Okay.
Well, just saying.
I couldn't figure out what you were talking about.
Yeah, like, just got the
Like-
ice cream and
like
it's
blue
a
dip, you know?
Like
What do you-
It's like a habit, and I'm just like blew on it like it was hot. And then I'm
Yeah,
like, oh my God, it was cold.
You go to some ice cream, you just dip it in there and you blue. Okay, man, whatever works.
Yeah, just walk right in. Just
Whatever
dip it
works for
in.
you. Yeah.
Not that blue, the other blue.
Yeah.
1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, glue.
Apparently,
What are you talking about?
He puts glue on his ice cream. That explains a lot.
Hey, you know what?
A lot.
To each their own, Pete.
That explains a lot.
I do prefer Elmer's.
1-0 count. You know, that's the thing. If you are going to have glue, I mean, I'm talking to all the little kids out there who are in kindergarten, preschool. I'm sure you're listening right now because why wouldn't you be? If you're going to do it, don't go with the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, go with the Elmer's, go with the good stuff.
Hey, go big or go home, right?
Talk to Scott. He's done
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, a little flavoring.
Then they came off the glue stick, so you didn't have to. You can just bite the thing off like a lollipop.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, make everything easier for everybody.
Like bubble gum.
1 and 2. That ball hit on the ground, and it's a nice play there by the shortstop.
Nice play all the way
And
around.
Ramsey scoops it up and throws it over to end the inning. So quick 1-2-3 inning. Back after this.
At NBT Bank, we know that this day starts with this one. This day starts with this one. Because no matter how unforgettable the extraordinary days are, there's a lot of every day that leads up to them. You can count on NBT Bank to help you get started. NBT Bank, it starts here.
For your dogs.
And we are back for the bottom of the 6th inning. And leading things off will be Brendan Hawk here for Mohawk Valley. And Scott, this bottom of the 6th inning is brought to you by Elmer's Glue.
Hey,
How about
right
that?
down my alley.
Well, we have fun up here, don't we? So
Oh.
here's Hawk at the plate, and first pitch to him is a ball. So the count now 1-0. So between innings, we were thinking about using that super glue to tape one of our mouths or glue one of our mouths shut, and we're trying to figure out which one. So by the end of the game, one of us will be silenced.
Yeah, well, that'll be the next social media post.
2 balls and no strikes.
Who eats the glue? You decide.
Hey, we're just trying to sell tickets here, man.
Yeah.
2 balls and no strikes.
Minor League Baseball. Hey, listen, you never know what you're going to get.
And that was a little chopper up the middle, and it's going to get through for a base hit by Brendan Hawk. That is his 3rd hit of the game, her 3rd single. So 3 for 3 tonight for Hawk with 3 singles. And Nico Cerise now will come to the plate for Mohawk Valley.
Your dogs, the catcher number 5 from Queens College, Nico Flores.
So Nico, the catcher tonight for Mohawk Valley, will come to the plate with nobody out, runner on first.
You know, I talked to Nico a few times. I interviewed him once down on the field, and this is a guy who just loves to be at the ballpark.
Yep.
He really does. Just has fun with it every day, and that's the type of player that you love to see out there.
For sure. I mean, a lot of these guys are, I imagine you went up and down both of these dugouts, you'd have most of the players are those guys.
I
They just
still
want to
totally
be
agree
out
with
here.
that.
They want to be on the field. They want to get dirty. They love the game because you don't get this far
No.
if you don't love the game.
Exactly.
You know, you just it's too much work to do this. A little bunt on the first base line. It's going to move.
Very
the runner
well
over. Nice
placed.
play.
Look at
Oh,
that.
Look at that. Safe at first base. He put that bunt right in the right spot, and between the pitcher and the first baseman. And both of them went for it, no one there to cover the bag.
Well, it was a perfectly placed bunt, and you know, last night the Dogs were trying that a few times. Couldn't make it happen, but Nico really, like I said, there was no way.
Yep.
It was right in that no man's land.
Well,
Pitcher, first baseman, by the time they got it.
Practice makes perfect, right?
Exactly.
And no better time to practice those kind of things when you're up 6-1.
Very true.
And another bunt attempt, pulls it back to Stoney, and they count 0-1.
Well, again, every time I see a lot of bunting, all I can think of is Billy Martin.
Billy
He used to love to play the small ball.
Yep. God bless Billy. Every time you read such great stories about him out there, if you don't even look for it, just find them. They're out there.
Yeah. Oh, there's they're everywhere.
Millions of stories about him, and just another guy who just you talk about a guy who loved the game.
Yes.
He's another one. One ball and one strike. Just one of those baseball lifers that you're gonna find somewhere, on a baseball field somewhere. It doesn't matter where.
Yeah, by all accounts, Billy had a gruff exterior but a heart of gold.
I agree. 1-2 now the count. And a lot of those guys, they're just so passionate about the game, about life, about everything. They go hard at everything. So sometimes it comes across as that tough guy image, tough love kind of thing. But deep down, they love their players. They love everybody out there. There's another ball, and that one's hit too short.
They didn't get that. It threw away.
And that one gets away. And here comes a runner at the plate, and he slides in safely. And the runners will advance to second and third, and the Dawgs score another run on the mishaps of the Oneonta Outlaws. The ball thrown to third base by the shortstop. He mishandles it, gets away, and the third runner at third.
Well, certainly
in and scores.
A bad chain reaction there for the Oneonta Outlaws.
Now batting for your Dogs, the left fielder number 24 from Warner University.
And I was actually really surprised they threw down to second when you got a run over on third like that.
Normally you don't. Yeah, normally you're not going to do that because that runner can take off.
That could have been frustration too. Just as the whole play got broken, and fortunately for the Outlaws, it didn't cost them. But risky nonetheless.
It did cost them because they scored a run.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about it got thrown away into the outfield.
Gotcha. Started a chain reaction, though.
It sure did.
And that one misses for ball one now to Ethan Hughes. And the count 1-0. So runners in scoring position again, second and third here. Nobody out for the Dogs. They lead 7-1 here in the bottom of the sixth. And that's a shot to left field, and that is foul. He straightened that one up. That would have been right back where he put the other one last night.
Boy, it sure would have been. You'd have seen the Gator trotting the bases.
He's had a couple times this season where he has hit the ball hard, and it was inches from getting out of the ballpark.
I think so.
It was caught right at the fence a couple times, and we were saying in one game, if that wind was blowing just a hair, it would have been gone. 1-1. Here's the pitch now to Hughes, and it's high for ball two, and the count 2-1. Scott, we mentioned it a couple times, especially last night, but the Dogs' bats are hot, and they continue to be hot. And what a time to get hot for the Dogs.
Well, and that's exactly it. That's what we're talking about. You're getting into the stretch drive now.
Yeah.
You got the last couple of weeks of the season coming up here, really looking to solidify your playoff spot. And what better way to do it when you're putting up 10 runs a game?
Yep. They're sitting in that fourth spot right now, which is a good spot to be in. But for the Dogs, they want to get a lead. They want to build that lead up. If they're going to stay in fourth, they want to build it so that fifth place team can't catch them because only four teams make the playoffs.
Yeah, you want that cushion, that's for sure.
And there's ball 4 to Ethan Hughes. Obviously, the Dogs will love to move up, get a third spot, a second spot, even a first spot if they can. I haven't really looked at the numbers to see how far out of first they are and if that's possible, but still. And here's a trip out to the mound. Looks like they're going to go to the bullpen as the coach looks down there. And we'll take a commercial break and be back after this one.
At Hummel's Office Plus, our customers remain our #1 priority. Hi, Central New York. This is Justin Hummel, CEO of Hummel's Office Plus. If you are in need of a reliable, competitive, and consistent business product supplier, give Hummel's a try. We offer customized pricing, free next-day delivery, and personalized service. With our wide assortment of office supplies, janitorial supplies, furniture, and everything else you need for your workplace, Hummel's is your go-to for all your business products.
Wake up and smell the sizzle at your local Burger King. Burger King is open for breakfast 7 days a week. Your mornings deserve the royal treatment. So dive in to try our delicious breakfast sandwiches, savor our savory hash browns, and wash it all down with a hot or iced coffee. Whether it's Monday or Sunday, we've got your breakfast cravings covered. Swing by BK today to have it your way. You rule at participating U.S. restaurants during breakfast hours.
Hey fans, tell the world you are here at Veterans Memorial Park watching your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. Share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit mvdiamonddogs.com or like us on Facebook or follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
All right, we're back. I was going to say it too. And we're back. We have a new pitcher on the mound. It is Daniel Payton. And he's taking his last few warm-up tosses here.
Well, Pete, before we went to break, we were talking about the standings.
Yes.
And, of course, the Dogs are 3 games behind both Boonville and Saugerties. So those two teams are tied at second and third place.
Yep.
And then the Dogs, of course, are 3 games behind them. And 3 games behind the Dogs are the Utica Blue Sox.
Yep. So that's where they got to really, really they can catch, that second and third spot is up for grabs. And obviously they can extend that lead against the Blue Sox and be in good shape too.
Well, the Dogs have their destiny in their own hands, really. We'll introduce Jaden Ross here, and then I'll get into it a little bit.
Here's Jaden Ross. So Ross will step up to the plate, and he will face the new pitcher here, Daniel Payton, here in the bottom half of the 6th, 7-1 to score. Runners on the first, second, and third here for the Dogs.
So the rest of the way, the Dogs have 5 games against the Utica Blue Sox. So a real opportunity there to put some distance between them and Utica.
Yeah, Utica's been struggling a bit as of late.
They have.
They are winning in Boonville right now, I believe, from what Azos gave me an update on.
And we got 2 games left against Boonville. And 1 game left against Saugerties. So
it's all the teams that you're right there.
Right.
Well, that one misses, and the count now 1-1. So really,
then
all 3 of those teams are playing each other. They're going to battle it out to the end because they're all playing each other, basically.
They sure are. And here's the thing, right? 2 more games left against Amsterdam.
Yep.
So that's not too bad. And got another game here against Oneonta at Oneonta. No, I'm sorry, 2 more at Oneonta. So really, like I said, the Dogs have everything in their own hands right now.
Yep. So 2 balls and 1 strike here to Ross. And we talk about how there's, not a lot of season left as far as time, but a lot of games left.
Right.
A lot of games left. Because, a couple more days off here or there, but for the most part, they're going the rest of the season. And that one misses for ball 3. Now the count 3-1 to Ross with bases loaded here, nobody out. 7-1 is the score. Bottom 6 Dogs have a chance here to break this thing open.
Well, and like I said, the schedule is set up perfectly for them right now. There's 2 games left against Amsterdam. Realistically, you're probably not going to reel Amsterdam into first place, but you certainly have an opportunity to move up into second or third, or at least solidify big time your spot in fourth. So it looks good.
Yep. 3-2 should be a fun run here at the end. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And Pete, it doesn't matter where you finish in the standings. All you got to do is get in.
Right. Yep.
Just get in.
Yep.
Once you're in, the magic can happen.
You got it. That one is left high for ball 4, and he will take a walk, Will Ross, and a run will walk in, and the score now 8-1 Dogs.
Well, here comes that growling and barking once again. Which, I gotta tell you, they keep this up, these Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs are gonna get laryngitis from all this barking they're doing. Now, if you can imagine a dog with laryngitis, that's what they ought to try in AI. A dog with laryngitis. Could you imagine?
I wish people could see that. And we have officially kicked him off the broadcast. This has lost his mind. The men in white are coming to get him soon.
Look out.
And that one hide inside. 2 Calibretti. Sometimes the heat gets to you up here. And,
it gets the best of you. What can I tell you?
Clearly, it's gotten Scott pretty early in this game, honestly.
Well,
I mean, he hasn't been there for a lot of it, and he's already barking with like a dog with laryngitis.
Yeah, hey.
1-0 count. Maybe that should be our next promotion.
Yeah.
Dogs with laryngitis.
Laryngitis night.
2-0 count. I don't know, Scott. I'm not sure what we're going to do with you.
Well, yeah. Medical science has asked that question over and over again, and
they keep setting you back. Like, nah,
listen, we need more time.
We're good. And that's a shot to left field.
Carrying!
That is gone.
And the bases are cleared.
For Joey Calabretti. So Calabretti with the grand slam. Home run number 4, and he remains hot. How
Coming
about
off
that for Joey Calabretti?
Coming off a 3-run home run last night, now a grand slam tonight. Wow.
Can't do it much better than that. So that one, that'll earn you another post-game interview with Pete Pagliaro.
Yeah, right?
Wow. A 3-run shot, a home.
You can get 2 in a row.
Yep. Oh, grand slam for Calabretti.
Designated hitter number 30 from Fairfield University, J.P. Kuzik.
So J.P. Kuzik now comes to the plate. That shot was just like yesterday. Instead of putting it in center field, he took that one to left.
Well, we got a 12-1 score now. Now we got to start thinking about mercy rule.
We got the mercy rule going on now.
Now, I shouldn't have said that because I kind of jinxed him last night in game 1.
Right. So if it
maybe I should get laryngitis.
If it doesn't happen, we will beat you down.
Like, yeah, well.
I mean, that's it. We'll beat you down.
I'm getting the glue. Is that what you're saying? I'm getting the glue.
Yeah. I mean, we got some things up here that we can take care of. We got, like, I'm looking around. There's a lot of things up here we can do to you.
The wasp.
Don't worry. We'll find you. We'll grab the wasp and just take the stinger and sting it right in you. Violence. My God.
Man.
Oof. That felt good. Did you get that out?
Well, you know, sometimes you got to.
Yeah. 0-2 the count as we talk about stinging our partner here with a wasp stinger.
Yeah.
0-2 now. And there's the windup and the pitch. And that's a shot to
Lace
left
down the
field
line.
by Kuzik, and that's going to drop in. And a single for Kuzik, as that would have been a double, but the left fielder got that ball pretty quickly.
Well, I give him a lot of credit. He played a very good angle on that ball.
University, John Ramsey.
So John Ramsey, now the batter for the Dawgs. Still no out, Scott.
Yeah, this is starting to remind me of that first inning in game 1 last night.
Yeah, we'll see if they can outdo it. They had 9 last night. We're already at 6 here. So Ramsey now at the plate. And the pitch down low, 4-1. So 1 ball, no strikes. It's been a fun couple days here at the ballpark. If you're a Dawgs fan, for sure. It's been like batting practice. That one takes a bounce in the dirt, and the catcher stops it in front of him, and the count now 2-0. It's got to feel good to Coach Luby to finally see his team playing where he thinks they're capable, because you know Coach Luby, he believes in these kids. And even early on, as things were, they had little struggles early here and there. He stuck with them.
Sure.
And, got him to where he wants them.
It takes a little bit to gel. That one's lifted into left field. That's
left
carrying.
field.
That's
That's
carrying.
the wall.
Goodbye.
And that is gone. So J.P. Kuzik.
Oh, no, it didn't.
That was,
Oh, it hit the top of the fence. All
hit the
right.
top of the fence?
A little tough to tell out there.
and the runner slides in, throw to third, and get him at third, I believe.
I thought for sure that was out.
A lot of things going on there.
My bad. It looked like it was going. And then it hit the top of the valley sign there. So it blended right in with the...
John Ramsey hitting the top of the fence.
It's that white banner out there. And, of course, a white baseball, so...
Yep. So Justin Hurd now the batter. Runner was thrown out at third base, though. So 1 out, I believe. And there was a swing and a miss. And the count now is the score is now 13-1. Dawgs continuing to pile on the runs here. Now just 1 out still. And that one misses down low, 4-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, you know, the thing about this, too, is it not only helps you move up in the standings and solidify your spot, but it really starts building team confidence. Yep. And once you start to believe that you can consistently put up these kind of runs, the sky's the limit. And on top of that, they've been getting pretty good pitching tonight, too, obviously, from Brendan Miller. And so game 2 last night, same thing. Good pitching and not bad pitching in game 1 last night. It was just an offensive type of game. So you really got to start believing these Dawgs stay hot like this and keep these bats going. They got the pitching to make some kind of a run.
Yep, I agree. 2-2 the count now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was fouled off by Justin Hurd.
Justin Hurd, who we interviewed last night.
Yep.
Very good fisherman.
Sounds it. Hitting the Mohawk River.
Yes.
2-2. We have the one out here in the bottom of the 6th. 7 runs already in this inning for the Dawgs. 13-1 lead. And here comes the windup and the pitch. And that's fouled off, and the count now remains 2-2. So Daniel Payton came in the ball game and has not had a pleasant time on the mound since he's come in.
Well, the good news for Daniel Payton is he is not the only one in the past few days.
Yep. Joined the club, right? 2-2.
The Dawgs have been very rude to opposing pitching.
And swing and a miss, and Hurd strikes out for out number 2, and Brendan Hawk will come to the plate.
Number 23 from Herkimer College, Brendan Hawk.
So Brendan Hawk now the batter, and he will come to the plate with nobody on and 2 outs. So Hawk will step in here against Payton. Looking to continue this inning here for the Dawgs. Up 13-1. Here's the windup and the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. So after this inning, because the Dawgs lead by more than 10, the 10-run rule will apply. So if the Dawgs can shut them down, hang on to that 10-run lead, it will be over.
And that one's lifted over to the third baseman in foul territory. And that is it.
We'll do it for the inning. So Dawgs put up 7 runs. Score is 13-1. We had a top of the 7th. Dawgs looking to shut them down and put this game away.
Little Falls, New York combines the charms of a small town with the conveniences of a much larger city. Of course, you'd expect to find welcoming people, beautiful scenery, family-friendly activities, and plenty to do outdoors. But you might be surprised to find that Little Falls, New York also has an espresso bar, gem shop, art center, French restaurant, antique centers, local hospital, and extensive civic services and amenities. Not to mention homes both beautiful and affordable, nestled in a dramatic natural setting amongst steep hills that descend to the Mohawk River and Erie Canal. Little Falls, New York. It's a great place to spend a few days or a lifetime.
Wake up and smell the sizzle at your local Burger King. Burger King is open for breakfast 7 days a week. Your mornings deserve the royal treatment. So dive in to try our delicious breakfast sandwiches, savor our savory hash browns, and wash it all down with a hot or iced coffee. Whether it's Monday or Sunday, we've got your breakfast cravings covered. Swing by BK today to have it your way. You rule at participating U.S. restaurants during breakfast hours.
All right, and we are back here for the top of the 7th inning with the Dawgs looking to lock this one down. Leading 13-1, 10-run mercy rule is in effect, so if the Dawgs give up less than 3 runs, this ball game is all over.
Yes, sir, that is correct, Scott. And so let's see what happens here. And that one is hit into right field for a base hit to start things off. Actually, no, he caught it, right? Sorry. I missed what happened. So Ian Wirtz now the batter with the 1 out.
Let's go.
So here is Wirtz at the plate. And the windup and the pitch is popped foul. New pitcher on the mound for Mohawk Valley is number 2, Christopher Kalina. So Christopher Kalina now in to pitch for Mohawk Valley.
Yeah, Kalina in getting some work. He's been outstanding for the Dawgs this season.
And big swing and a miss for strike 2 in the count now 0-2 now. No balls and 2 strikes. Ian Wirtz at the plate. Jack Clark due up next with 1 out. So Kalina looks in. He's a right-handed pitcher, winds and delivers. And swing and a miss, and he gets him for strike 3 quickly, 2 outs. So down to their final out. Dawgs going to put this one away here, leading 13-1, and end this game with the 10-run rule.
Well, Kalina wears number 2. He's got 2 up and 2 down.
Yes, he does. And so here's Jack Clark for Oneonta. He's got to keep this thing alive here for the Outlaws. Kalina winds and delivers, and that ball is hit
First
to
pitch swing.
center field. He may have broken his bat on that one, can't tell, but a single
Now batting for the Outlaws, first baseman number 20.
and a runner on, so they stay alive. Do Oneonta here in the top of the 7th. Well, Lorenzo Camilleri now, the batter from the left side. So Camilleri, again, they're going to do the same thing that Wirtz has done, try to keep this thing going. 13-1 is the score.
There's no room for the Outlaws, right? Or no room for error for the Outlaws.
No, there's not. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
If they don't get something here, they are going to be brought in by the long arm of the law. The Dawgs law, that is.
Kalina just trying to put it right down the middle. Get strikes and get out of here. Get these guys a chance to go home early. And there's a swing and a foul tip. And now down to their final strike here, 0-2 are the Outlaws. So Kalina trying to put this one away early for the Dawgs. Well, no balls and 2 strikes. It'll be an early night for the Dawgs and Dog fans if Kalina can pick up one more strike right here. So it'll be Kalina versus Camilleri. Here we go. So Kalina sets. He winds and delivers on the 0-2 and lays it high for ball 1 in the count of 1-2. So we'll reset and do it all over again as Camilleri jumps out of the box. Now looks down the third base line, gets back in, and still not in yet. And now he's ready to go. 1-2 the count. Runner on first base here for the Outlaws with 2 outs. They need it to keep going here. A base hit or a walk to stay alive. That one is also outside, 2-2. And Deuce is wild. Now you're going to hear the Dawgs dugout yelling 2s pretty soon.
It's like you said, Pete. You know, right now, just throw strikes, let your defense do the work, and hopefully you get to go home a little bit early tonight.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch on its way from Kalina. Here it is.
And it's right
there's
there.
Called strike 3, and that'll do it for the ball game. The Dawgs win this one in 7. They win this 13-1 over the Outlaws. Final 1-5-1 for the Outlaws. 13 runs, 15 hits, and 1 error for the Dawgs. I'm Pete Pagliaro. He's Scott Kinville. Bringing you all the action is Creative Outpost. Thanks for listening, fans. Have a great night, and make sure you join us next week.
We just want to remind you, Sunday night back here at Veterans Memorial Park for the 5 o'clock game against the Amsterdam Mohawks.
Yes. Have a good night, fans.
Take care.
We're out on the field and we're ready to play. We're all suited up, we got a game today. We're gonna play fast and we're gonna play hard, gonna knock that ball right out of the yard. So don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dawgs! We got a guy on third and nobody out. It's time to stand up, yes, it's time to shout. We're playing some ball and we're having some fun. Come on, boys, let's score that run. So don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dawgs! We're out on the field and we're ready to play. We're all suited up, we got a game today. We're gonna play fast and we're gonna play hard. Gonna knock that ball right out of the yard. So don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dawgs! Let's go, Dawgs! Let's go, Dawgs! Let's go, sit there like a bump on